going on, guys? This is Lewis with Strictly Front Wheel Drive. Sorry, I'm actually driving. I actually got the transmission apart. I did a video yesterday or the day before of what was going on, what I had to do. I'm going to try and incorporate that with the one today and post it up. Actually, I might just post this one and then I'll post up that one after. What happened was I'll explain it in the video, you'll see, but I had to grind off the coupler that was stuck in the differential, and I had to cut it just enough where I can get the axle seal off, and I was able to lift up the cover off the transmission and take it all apart, take the differential out, take the diff all apart and see what was going on. You'll see in the video what exactly happened, but it wasn't the diff's fault. First of all, I was blaming OBX for a while. I was just bad naming it because I was pissed. But it wasn't the diff's fault. I think what happened was, what is clear to me, what happened was the snap ring that's on the front of the axle that holds it in place. Once it goes into place, that snap ring was a little bent, distorted when I put it in, and that axle's like, I honestly can say that axle's like five years old or more. It's been taking beatings at the track since the engine was stock or wasn't boosted. It was taking beatings prior to that when the last owner had it. So for being a stock axle, I think it held up pretty long. It held up pretty well. Can't even talk today. It held up pretty long and pretty well considering the beatings it's been taking. So I was kind of confused as to why it broke, but thinking back, I mean, that axle was pretty old anyway, so it was just a matter of time if it was gonna be, before it broke. I was gonna bring the other spare axles that I had just in case that happened, but now, judging by what I saw when I took the diff apart, there was no way I was going to be able to change it anyway. So it was a good thing I didn't sit there and try to waste my time taking it apart at the track to try to go out again, because it wasn't going to happen. I didn't have the tools on hand to do what I had to do in order to get the rest of the axle out of the differential. So back to the snap ring. The snap ring actually slipped off the I don't know what you call it, its home. It slipped off its home where it's supposed to be, and actually slid back on the spines, and somehow pinched off, and it got lodged in between the initial shaft where the axle goes in before it slides into the spines. So that either kind of welded itself from the heat, or it was just so tight of a fit that it got stuck. And that's the reason why the axle piece wasn't coming out. And what actually ended up having to happen, my buddy took it to work, to our job. I wasn't working Friday, so he took it to work for me, and he used the press at work, and he was able to put the differential on the press and actually press it out almost like a wheel bearing until you heard a pop and it came out. Sorry, the radio. That's Jeremy trying to find out what's going on. But just lower this down. But yeah, so he ended up pressing it out. He got it out for me. So now what I gotta do is kind of clean up that shaft, the shaft hole, whatever you want to call it. Clean that up, get all the burrs off and stuff like that, because there's a couple pieces of stuck metal on the side. So I'm just going to clean it up and make sure it's nice and clean, and make sure the next axle that I put in is going to go in nice and smooth, so it doesn't have any issues. I'm not blaming OBX. I'm not blaming anybody else but myself, because I don't know if you remember in the previous video, I had said that the axle went in a little hard. We had to tap it in quite a bit. Instead of backing it out and seeing what the hell was going on, the track day was coming up. I had no fucks given. I wanted to, get it done, get it over with. So that being said, it was my fault. It was my negligence. I should have double checked. I should have should have just took it back out and tried to see what the hell was going on, why it wasn't going in, because they axles are supposed to go in nice and smooth. I've never had an issue, especially on that car. So I take full blame for it, full responsibility. It's my dumb fault. I should have checked. So I'll show you guys the aftermath of taking it apart and all that, and after they pressed, I'll show you all the parts and see what to show you what happened, and maybe to give you guys a little insight on what to look for if you get an axle that's going in kind of hard and it's not going in all the way. Maybe it's something you can watch out for. So yeah, I'll catch you on that video. I'm just gonna post this one just to give you guys a little bit of update of what happened, and we'll go from there. I haven't posted a video because I had a couple things that happened to me. Somebody broke in my car recently, so I've just been too upset. I had to do some security upgrades and stuff like that, but we're not going to let that bother us. We're going to keep moving. We're going to keep going. Unfortunately, there's some scumbags in this fucking world that you can't do anything about, so we're just going to keep going. We're going to try to get the Civic back together and try to get it out before the season ends. We're cutting it close already. It's starting to get a little chilly here and there, so I'm going to try at least make another event. But before I do that, I want to get I'm going to put the transmission back together and put it back in, get new axles. I'm going to end up getting probably either some Project Drive shaft level zeros, or I'm going to end up going with the Insane shafts. Still not decided yet, but I'm just going to do my research a little more and then order them up. I'm probably still going to rock the stock or the same clutch flywheel. It was giving me a little bit of issues on the track, but I think it was just heating up on me. Plus I didn't break it in, so I might have to get another clutch too, but depending on how it does after I put it together, if I feel like it's still good enough to at least go to the track and beat on it a little bit and try to get some runs out of it. There was a lot of driver error that day. I couldn't focus with all these muscle cars next to me. Not that I was intimidated or anything, but I just couldn't focus. There was so much going on. It was so packed. So I'm gonna try to get it back out there. And now that I know that the diff's all right, my motivation's back up. So I'll post that video tonight, show you guys what went on. I'll probably add a little bit to it, and I'll see you then. Thanks, guys.